cold morning in West Michigan, but that isn't stopping these outdoor enthusiasts from lining up. No, it's not Black Friday. A new Cabela is opening in just a few hours in Grandville, and 24-hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett is there with a live look at that crowd. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Brett. Yeah, you can see about 24 people camped out here overnight in these cold temperatures, just waiting for the doors to open here at Cabela's in Grandville. They're expecting about 5,000 people to line up between now and 11 o'clock when the doors open. They have extra security on hand. They have these gates set up. A lot of people here pretty excited about this. You know, this is the third store in Michigan to open. The Grandville store is actually bigger than the Saginaw store, which opened recently. Now, again, they expect this store will draw in people from as far as 150 miles away, bringing shoppers and diners here to Grandville. Again, 5,000 to 6,000 people expected today on opening day. That's a lot of shoppers. Now, we talked to the first person in line. He got here at 3:30 yesterday.
I've got some of my hunting buddies with me. We're all in here together trying to stay warm. I'm really glad that Cabela's came to West Michigan. It was a little touch and go there for a while, and we deserve it. So I'm really glad that they're here.
Yeah, a lot of people really glad they're here, obviously, camped out here overnight. Again, pretty chilly out here this morning. Now, the doors are expected to open at 11 o'clock later this morning, so they're expecting this crowd to grow. And just keep in mind, if you're going to be driving in this area this weekend, Cabela is located here on 44th Street in Grandville. Traffic may be a little busy this weekend. Now, we're going to be live here on Daybreak all morning long, showing you these crowds, talking to these folks who camped out here all night long. We're live in Grandville. Amanda Jarrett, 24-hour News 8.
Well, it's a cold morning out in West Michigan, but it's not Black Friday, and nobody's going hunting right now. These guys are all lined up outside Cabela's because it's a big day there. Let's check in with Amanda Jarrett right now with more on that grand opening that's happening here in just a few hours. Amanda?
Good morning, Brett. Yeah, I heard you guys talking about 15 degrees this morning. Well, it's not stopping these dedicated shoppers. You can see they have been lined up, camping here overnight in their tents. About 24 people out here since last night. Pretty dedicated shoppers, and we're still 6 hours away from the doors opening here at Cabela's in Grandville. So a lot of excitement out here this morning, and pretty cold as well. But this is the third store in Michigan to open. It's the second largest store, rather, larger than the store that recently opened in Saginaw. Now, they expect this store will draw in people from as far as 150 miles away, bringing shoppers and diners here to Grandville. They're expecting anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 shoppers to come to the store today on opening day. Now, we talked to the first person in line. He got here at 3:30 yesterday.
I've got some of my hunting buddies with me. We're all in here together trying to stay warm. I'm really glad that Cabela's came to West Michigan. It was a little touch and go there for a while, and we deserve it. So I'm really glad that they're here.
And I see that gentleman still standing strong there at the first spot in line despite these cold temperatures. Now, Cabela's opens at 11 o'clock this morning, and Cabela's is located here on 44th Street in Grandville. So just keep in mind this area is going to be very congested with traffic today and through the weekend for opening weekend. We're live in Grandville. Amanda Jarrett, 24-hour News 8.
They've been lining up all night long. It's not Black Friday. It's the grand opening of a new Cabela store. 24-hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett is live in Grandville this morning with a look at the crowds out there. Amanda, these people.
Yeah, good morning, Emily. They're very dedicated. I can tell you it's snowing, the temps are in the teens, and it has not stopped about 24 people from camping out here overnight. I want to show you what's going on behind me. People have their tents out here. They're equipped, wrapped up in blankets and sleeping bags. About 24 people camping out here overnight. We're still hours away from the opening of Cabela's, and they're expecting thousands more people to line up this morning. Now, I wanted to show you now, Patrick and Corey have been here since about 10:30 last night. Now, what brought you out here? A lot of people at home are wondering. It's cold out here.
Yeah, it's very cold. We were just coming to see the events and see the grand opening. It's not every day something big like this opens here in the hometown.
So what did you guys do? Were you guys prepared? Did you bring a tent? What did you do overnight?
Well, we just stood here for a while until the good friends come out and supplied some chairs because we couldn't find ours, and we're just here to enjoy it. We love the outdoors.
You must, to be out here in the middle of the night, right, in the cold. Well, talk a little bit about, you guys seem to have a lot of camaraderie here, a lot of people coming together and having a good time, right?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So what are you expecting when the doors open in a few hours?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, thanks so much, guys. Stay warm this morning. Now, again, the doors open here at 11 o'clock here at Cabela's in Grandville, and expecting 5,000 to 6,000 shoppers today alone. We're live in Grandville. Amanda Jarrett, 24-hour News 8.
Welcome back. It's 5:51 right now. We've been talking about it all morning long here. In a few hours, Cabela's is going to officially open its doors at its new Grandville location.
In a few hours, but people have been out there for hours.
Oh my gosh.
24-hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett joins us live with a look at those crowds. It's so cold this morning. People are excited about this store, Amanda.
They are very excited, Emily. It's very cold. The snow continues to fall, and I want to show you about 24 people camped out here overnight. They have their sleeping bags, their tents, they're ready to go. And Cabela's is expecting even larger crowds to show up this morning. Keep in mind, the doors are going to open in about 5 hours. Now, this store is bringing more than 300 jobs to our area and money to our economy. The company believes people will drive as far as 150 miles to visit this Cabela's, bringing shoppers and diners to Grandville. But will it take away from other local hunting and fishing stores? We talked to a couple stores who say they're not worried. Instead, they're welcoming the competition. Now, Cabela's is expecting anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 shoppers coming here today alone, and a busy weekend ahead for grand opening. Now, coming up at 6:30, we're going to take you live inside Cabela's and show you what's going on inside this morning as they prep for these large crowds. Again, the doors open at 11 o'clock. We're live in Grandville. Amanda Jarrett, 24-hour News 8.
It's a cold morning in West Michigan, but they're already lining up a huge day for the nearly 2 million hunters and fishermen in Michigan with a brand new Cabela's opening up in Grandville. There was talk of bringing the store to West Michigan for years. Well, today it's finally happening, and it's supposed to get even bigger. 3,000 people lined up outside when Cabela's opened last month in Saginaw. This is a look at that. And workers are expecting 5,000, maybe even more, to show up today in Grandville. Well, this morning, 24-hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett is there with a look at that crowd and what's going on outside. Good morning, Amanda. A cold morning for everybody, right?
Good morning, Brett. Yeah, it was snowing earlier. Temps here in the teens. That has not scared these people away. Many of these people have camped out here overnight in the parking lot. Let's get a look now. I can show you they had their tents out. They're wrapped up in sleeping bags, camouflage. Almost 45 people lined up right now. Like I said, many of them slept here overnight. And Cabela's is expecting even bigger crowds later today, 5,000 to 6,000 people. They have barricades set up, additional security ready to go. Now, this is the third store to open here in Michigan, larger than the one that recently opened there in Saginaw you were just talking about. Now, they expect this store will draw in people from as far as 150 miles away, bringing shoppers and diners to Grandville. Again, they're expecting anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 shoppers today once the doors open at 11 o'clock. But I want to talk to the first person in line here, Matt. He was here at 2:30 yesterday about?
2:45. I came here straight from work.
Oh my goodness, that's dedication. Now talk about what this has been like for you. It's really cold out here. You came prepared though.
Yeah, you know, I got my layers on. I got all. Oof, it's cold, but we're all out here. We're having a good time. I met a lot of fun guys who are sharing stories, hunting stories, fishing stories. We're all, you know, it's like a brotherhood.
Well, I have to know, people at home that are warming their houses right now wondering, why did you come out here?
Because this is the Cabela's. It's the world's foremost outfitter. It's the first one in West Michigan. It's been a long time coming, and it's well deserved.
All right, thanks so much, Matt. Stay warm. Again, the doors open here at 11 o'clock, and they're expecting 5,000 to 6,000 people coming here today. We're live in Grandville. Amanda Jarrett, 24-hour News 8.
All right, thank you, Amanda. Well, people have been waiting years to get a Cabela's here in West Michigan, and that means a rush of customers will be headed to that store, and it could turn into a traffic headache if you're driving in the area. Now, here's a look at where things could slow down for you. Cabela's is on 44th in Grandville, and that means main traffic routes through the area could get clogged. It includes Rivertown Parkway that leads to I-196 in Wilson that leads to M6. So essentially, if you're headed to Rivertown Parkway or to Rivertown Crossings Mall, you might have trouble getting there.
It's a busy day for Grandville.
Yeah, there are going to be more gun racks and more pickup trucks than you've ever seen in your entire life.
People have been lining up outside all night long, but it's not Black Friday. It's the grand opening of a new Cabela's store. It's been talked about for years, and today Cabela's is finally opening up in West Michigan. Workers are expecting 5,000 people from across the state to show up. And 24-hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett is live inside this new Grandville store. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Emily. Yeah, a lot of excitement this morning. About 50 people lined up outside, many of whom camped overnight in these frigid temps just to get a look at this store where we're inside right now. Doors open at 11 o'clock. I want to give you a live look inside this morning. Pretty cool store, very expansive. You know, it's the second largest Cabela's now in Michigan. Lots of animals, clothing, apparel. In the back there, you can see a mountain range. There's also an archery range and a gun library. They also offer a lot of demonstrations and seminars for their customers. So again, a lot of people very excited about this store. The store is bringing more than 200 jobs to our area and money to our economy. The company believes people will drive as far as 150 miles to visit this Cabela's, bringing shoppers and diners to Grandville. But will it take away from other local hunting and fishing stores? We spoke to a couple stores who say they're not worried. Instead, they're welcoming the competition. Again, Cabela is expecting anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 shoppers to come here today. Now, coming up at 6:50, we're going to talk live to a spokesperson from Cabela's about what they're doing to get ready for the big rush in just a few hours. Again, doors open at 11 o'clock. We're live in Grandville. Amanda Jarrett, 24-hour News 8.
Well, if you plan to head to that area in Granville today, expect to see some traffic. This was the scene last month in Saginaw when a new Cabela's Outpost store opened there for the first time. A few thousand people were already waiting in line for it to open, and workers with Cabela's in Granville expect even more today. And with all those extra people, you could see some of the main traffic routes in Granville packed today and this weekend. That includes Rivertown Parkway, which leads to I-196, and Wilson, that leads to M6. We've been talking about it all morning long, and we've been talking about it for months now.
Yes.
You could even go so far as to say years.
Mm-hmm.
Cabela's officially opens its doors at its new Granville location today.
24-hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett joins us live inside the brand new store with a sneak peek of how organizers are getting ready for this grand opening. Hi, Amanda.
Good morning, Emily. Yeah, lots of excitement. About 50 people outside right now in line. Doors are going to open at 11 o'clock this morning. We're joined now by Wes from Cabela's. Kind of talk a little bit about what you guys are doing to get ready. You're expecting 5,000 to 6,000 people today.
Well, we're hoping for a generous crowd, and as you can see, people are already lining up. So right now we're making those last-minute adjustments, getting ready for a unique ribbon-cutting ceremony at 10:45, and then we'll open the doors for business right at 11 o'clock.
And you've added extra security, and of course you have some gates and things in the parking lots, preparing for big crowds, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're fully ready. We just want to ensure it's a smooth day, a safe day, and that everybody enjoys themselves.
And kind of talk about what people can expect from this store. It's the second largest Cabela's now in Michigan.
Yeah, 88,000 square feet, thousands of outdoor products, and then a lot of cool features in the store. A mountain replica, aquarium, gun library, bargain cave, indoor archery range, so just a lot to see and do.
And you're expecting a very busy first weekend, right?
We hope so. I mean, we hope that the people here come back again tomorrow and can support us, but more than anything, we're just excited to get the doors open.
Okay, thanks so much for joining us. And again, doors open here at 11 o'clock here in Cabela's in Grandville. We're live in Grandville. Amanda Jarrett, 24-hour News 8.